We want to go ahead and do the following exercises just as we have started, and then we want to see how these three conjunctions, how they function. Now I have two sets of sentences. This is group A, this is group B. Definitely we have four sentences in group A. I have four sentences in group B. What we are going to do is to see how can I use any of this to bring any of these two sentences together. And at the end of the day, I will have four correct sentences linked together by any of these three conjunctions. So I wanted to do it now before we do it together. So yes, we did it together. Marcus sagt, Marcus says, Marcus is the name of the person. Marcus says, let's see which one is it. Okay, Marcus says, sucht neue Jobs. Marcus says, is looking for new jobs. So let's attach this. We are still going to write it out better later. So this and this are together. Number two, Beate marked spot. Beate marked spot. Which of the sentence here do we think is okay? Maybe I should even explain the sentences first. Marcus sagt, Marcus says. Beate marked spot. Beate is the name of a person, is doing sport. Joshua erzählt. Joshua explains. Erzählt. Okay. Joshua explains, and then du kaufst dieses Haus. You buy this house. And then on the other side, hat heute Abend Gäste. He has visitors today in the evening. The seat fill im Auto. She's sitting for too long in the car. Du hast 3 Jahre Garantie. You have 3 years guarantee. Sucht neue Jobs. I think we know that he is looking for new jobs. So once we know the meaning of the two sentences on the two sides, let's continue with our merging them together. So Beate marked sport. And why is he doing sport? Because sie sitzt viel im Haus. So this number 2 merges with this number 2. Okay. Number 3. Joshua erzählt. Joshua erzählt matches with this, number 1. Hat heute Abend Gäste. And of course, naturally, number 4 will be the friend of number 3. Okay. So that is what it looks like. But then I'm going to write them out so that I'll be able to see how the conjunctions actually function. So number 1, Marcus sagt. And remember the conjunction we are going to use. Marcus sagt das. And remember I said before you introduce the sentence, the Nebensatz, you have to put a comma. Das and you remember how the das functions. It throws the verb to the back of the sentence. Das neue Jobs sucht. So you just rearrange the sentence and you have a perfect sentence here. So let's go to number 2. Number 2, Beate macht Sport. Sie sitzt viel im Auto. So Beate, the question is, why is he doing sport? Because she sits a lot in the car. So we have Beate macht Sport. Sport is a noun, so the S has to be capital. And then weil, but don't forget, comma, weil. And you remember the behavior of weil too, it throws the verb to the back of the sentence. So Beate macht Sport, weil sie viel im Auto sitzt. Weil sie viel im Auto And then we bring our sitz. Our verb comes to the end. So, and then we come to the number 3 straight off. Joshua erzählt, hat heute Abend gestern. Joshua explains. What is he explaining? He has visitors in the evening, today's evening. So Joshua explains that she has visitors today evening. So we have Joshua. So we have Joshua erzählt, comma, don't forget, das. And then we now go to this place, das this verb, we also go to the end of the sentence, das heute Abend. What's the next thing? Gestern. Allow me to abbreviate. Gestern hat. So it comes to the end of the sentence. And then we come to the last one, which is number 4. Du kaufst dieses Haus. Du hast 3 Jahre Garantie. The reason why he's buying the house, is because of the guarantee. If there's no guarantee, he wouldn't have bought the house. So he's buying the house because of the guarantee. Then look at this number 3. Something is missing here. Joshua erzählt, das. Of course, if you look at that number 3, let's look at it again. Das heute Abend gestern. Yeah, gestern hat. Then we go to number last. Du kaufst dieses Haus. Why is he buying the house? Because of the guarantee. He doesn't just want to buy any house that will collapse after a year. So he's buying the house because the guarantee is there. And if a company can insure and give guarantee for a house for 3 years, it's likely the house is good. Okay, so we have du kaufst dieses Haus. What are we going to use? Weil, let's try it. Also, du kaufst dieses Haus, weil du 3 Jahre Garantie hast. Okay? Du kaufst dieses Haus. Du kaufst dieses Haus. And then remember, comma, never forget that. Weil, and then we go here, du kaufst dieses Haus, weil du, of course, the verb will go to the back because of weil. Okay? Du kaufst dieses Haus, weil, I have to introduce weil first, weil du, and then let's see what happens, weil du, this one is gone, 3 Jahre Garantie hast. Okay? Weil du 3 Jahre Garantie hast. Okay. So like that, we have the 4 sentences correct. And then now we want to locate our conjunction. And remember the comma before we introduce the Nebensatz or the subordinate clause. So, and we have number 1, we have das. And then remember the comma, very important. Number 2, we have weil. Remember the comma and the weil, very important. Number 3, we have das. Remember the comma. And then number last, we have weil. Remember the comma and see the weil. So I read it again so that you hear me. And then you have the complete and correct sentences now. Markus sagt, dass neue Jobs sucht. Beate macht Sport, weil sie viel im Auto sitzt. Joshua erzählt, dass heute Abend Gäste hat. Du kaufst dieses Haus, weil du 3 Jahre Garantie hast. Meine Damen und Herren, kommen wir jetzt zum Schluss und ich sage mal, sehen wir uns beim nächsten Video.